Yes. So, children, we were doing the second lesson. Yes, and I had given you a short summary, or I told you a short story about the lesson, what is actually it is about, and I had given you some information, or I started my introduction with the writer of this story, Joseph Rudyard Kipling. Yes, and today we are going to start with the reading of the lesson. I'll read the lesson one. I'll read one paragraph. I'll explain it to you, and the same with the other paragraphs. As I finish one paragraph, I will explain what is there in that paragraph. When I read, I want you to be very careful where I am reading. So you should use your pointer to point out where I read. Yes. So page number 10. We are going to go to page number 10 first before you read. Can you see this? Yes. So we'll read a short information introduction about the lesson, and then we will move on to the reading of the lesson. Yes. So let us start. I hope you all have your textbooks with you. Right? Okay. Page number 10, lesson number 2. Rikki Tikki Tavi goes exploring and becomes part of a new family, written by Joseph Rudyard Kipling. Right? So let us start. Before you read, Joseph Rudyard Kipling, 1865 to 1936, was an English journalist, writer, poet, and novelist. He was born in Mumbai but educated in Britain. He served as the principal of the Mayo College of Art in Lahore, Pakistan, as well as a curator for the Lahore Museum. Curator means what? Someone who takes care of that museum. Yes? So, let us move. At 42, at 42 means at the age of 42, he was awarded the Nobel Prize in Literature and was the first English language writer to get the award. So, among his most popular books are The Jungle Book, written in 1894, Kim, 1901, and The Man Who Would Be the King, 1888. So, these are the popular books written by this writer Joseph Rudyard Kipling. Yes, and this is a short information about him, as I had already have given you this information. Now, Rikki Tikki Tavi Goes Exploring is a story taken from the book by the same name, Rikki Tikki Tavi. This book is about Ricky, a mongoose adopted by a British family. I showed you the picture of mongoose, right? Adopted means which was accepted by the British family to protect them from two cobras who have taken residence in their home. As you know, snakes and mongoose do not get along at all, and they have been known to have furious fights. Ricky's role from a pesky animal to a protector of the house is a must read for all. So, this Rikki Tikki Tavi, this book, you must read. Yes, you have a wonderful story of that Ricky the mongoose and how he protects the family from the two snakes uh, that have been resided in the garden. So now, pesky is a word there you read just now. The meaning is causing trouble. An animal who causes trouble is pesky animal. Okay. Now we'll go to the actual lesson, reading of the actual lesson, page number 11. Right? Okay. I want your pointer to point out where I read. As soon as I told you, I finish the first paragraph, second paragraph, third paragraph, I'll be explaining you the meaning of the paragraph, what it is. So let me start, page number 11, the first paragraph. Rikki Tikki Tavi looked down between Teddy's collar and neck and sniffed at the boy's ear. Then he climbed down to the floor where he sat rubbing his nose. So Rikki Tikki Tavi, yes, was a very pesky animal, naughty animal. So what did he do? As soon as he entered the British family, took him inside the house. What did he do? He started jumping here and there, and then he went upon the boy's shoulders. Yes, and he started looking into his collar and the neck, between his collar and the neck, and sniffed at the boy's ear. Can see here, sniffed, you have the meaning in your book, and then I have not written here because it is already given in your book. You can see on your right hand side corner, you have a box there. Yes, so sniff means trying to detect a smell here. Yes, who is trying to detect a smell? The mongoose. How you sniff your nose? How does an animal sniff? You do this action. Yes, that is what is sniffing, right? So this mongoose was trying to sniff the boy's ear because they want to detect a smell. When they try to detect something, they try to find out something. Yes, so then he climbed down the floor. He came down to the floor and started rubbing his nose. He sat and rubbed his nose like this. Now, the second paragraph. Good gracious, said Teddy's mother, and that's a wild animal. I suppose he's so tame because we have been kind to him. Good gracious, you can see the meaning here. Good gracious is nothing but it is a remark expressing surprise. When you are too surprised or you give a sudden cry, good gracious, you give a sudden cry or you express your feelings. Yes, even what does his mother say? Even if it is a wild animal, it is behaving so kind with us. It may be because we have been kind to him, right? That is what she is trying to say. The next paragraph. All mongooses are like that, said the big man, who was her husband. If Teddy doesn't pick him up by the tail or try to put him in a cage, he'll run in and out of the house all day long. Let's give him something to eat. So, all mongooses are like that, said the husband, that is Teddy's father. Yes, he said that all mongooses are like that. And if Teddy does not try to pick him up, or what does he try to say? If Teddy does not trouble him, or if he is very kind to him, then the mongoose will go on running here and there and he will enjoy himself. But so Teddy should not try to pick him up by his tail or put him inside a cage. If he doesn't do this, if he is kind to the mongoose will enjoy in our house and it will run about in the house. So what does he say? Let us give him something to eat. Now the next right hand side, we are moving to the right hand side here. They gave him a little piece of raw meat and Rikki Tikki Tavi really enjoyed it. So they gave him something to eat. That is the raw meat. What do you mean by raw? Which is uncooked. You know raw and ripe? Yes. You know the opposite. Raw means which is uncooked. Yes. And ripe is which is cooked. Or yes. So the next paragraph below that. When it was finished, he went out into the veranda and sat in the sunshine. He fluffed up his fur to make it dry to the roots. Then he felt better. So after he finished the raw meat, where did he go? He ran out in the veranda. You have the meaning of veranda here in the box. That is the roofed surface that runs along the outside of the building. Veranda, you have a big surface outside your building or outside. Those who will stay in a bungalow, they have a big veranda outside their house. Yes, and it is roofed. Yes, so that is a veranda, big space where you can play or where you can sit and have or enjoy your day. That is a veranda. So he went out into the veranda and sat under the sun in the sunshine, and he fluffed up his fur. Now you have saw. I showed you the picture of that mongoose here. Yes, if you remember, and in your book also you have this mongoose here. Can you see his tail? It is so fluffy. Yes, so what did he do to make it dry? He fluffed it. You have seen the animals fluffing their tails. They move their tails so that if it is wet, the water drops should go. So they move it and they try to make themselves dry. So that is what he was trying to do here in the sunshine. He fluffed up his fur to make it dry to the roots, and then he felt better. Yes. So now we have finished with the 11th page here. Yes, I have written the difficult words from this page. Okay, let us try to read it. The first word is collar. COLLAR. You know that we break the spelling and write as we did it last year in second standard. The same way you will do it here. Collar. COLLAR. Second word is sniffed. This doesn't have a break. It doesn't break. Yes. So this is one syllable. SNIFFED. Sniff. Gracious. Two syllable. GRACIOUS. Gracious. Mongoose. Fluff. Again, this is one syllable word. Fluff. Then veranda. These are some of the difficult words from this page. Page number 11. Yes, these are the difficult words from page number 11. These are some meanings. Yes, these are the extra meanings I have given to you, which is not there in your textbook, right? So you are going to write these 3 meanings along with the 3 meanings given in your textbook. So there are total 6 meanings from page number 11, right? So you are going to copy the difficult words and the meanings in your notebook one time as classwork, and then as usual we write the homework also for difficult words and meanings. Okay. Yes, so as we have finished page number 11, the reading, and I have explained you the meaning, some meanings, and I also gave you some difficult words, right? Now you have a small homework from this page that you have to do. What is that? Just see here, I have written the question number and you have to write it in your book. The first question is write the meanings and difficult words from page number 11 that was given to you on the board. As I told you, there are difficult words and 3 meanings plus 3 meanings from your textbook. Don't forget that. Not only 3 meanings, there are 3 meanings from your textbook also. So total 6 meanings. You have to write it one time. Underline the past tense verbs from the same page. Now you have learned past tense last year, adding ed, regular past tense, irregular past tense verbs. So find out as many past tense verbs from the same page. Yes, page number 11, and underline it in your textbook. Now the third question is write the antonyms for. What do you mean by antonyms? Yes, we have done it last year. It means opposites. Yes, antonyms means opposites, and you can see this sign. It means opposite, right? So these are the words pain, kind, day, raw, in, give. Write the opposite for these words, write the answers and keep it ready. Okay? So this is your homework.